Okay, here we go. We're recording and everything, so I didn't miss that. But such an exciting month we had. December. Here we come. We are ready to rock this, right? Rock December and go right into January, go into conference. So honestly, if I could tell y'all something, these next kind of 60 days going into conference could probably be some of the most crucial days you have in your business should you choose to really go for it. And so I encourage you, no matter what the past year has been thus far, to really put in this month. If it's been great, continue to put in. Don't, kind of coast through this month. And, if it's been not so great, man, now's the time. Just put some, irons in the fire and start going for it. That's what I love about this business. It's never late to kind of turn around and really go for it and decide what you want to do. So we had some incredible promotions last month. And we also have those bonuses still with you. So if you joined in 2018, y'all, you joined in 2018, December is your month. If you joined in January 2018 or you joined yesterday in 2018, you can get a $1,000 Ruby bonus. You can get an Emerald bonus. I mean, you could go all the way. And we know we've had people who've gone Diamond in a month on this team, actually. So one of the things I wanted to just say is welcome to everybody that's new. We are going to jump into some things. I talked to some of my team last night and I was like, you know what? It might feel like you're in China if you're brand new. Like you might be like, I don't understand half the things you're talking about. But you know what? The best way you're going to learn Mandarin, right? Am I using the right analogies right now? I really hope so. The best way you're going to learn that is by, immersing yourself in it. The best way you're going to figure out how this business works is just no holds bar, immerse yourself in it. Just learn the lingo as you go, and I promise you it'll be worth it. So we are excited for December. We're excited for tonight. We had some pretty special promotions going on Diamond Empire, and so tonight we will have one of our newest diamonds, Faith, is going to be sharing with us. One of our newest emeralds, Julie, is going to be sharing with us. And then, you know what, Traci she did not stop after she got some promotion. She's still going. And so we want to just learn from her as one of the top enrollers in this whole business last month, which generally, if we look at it, things think, oh, November, holidays, everything goes down. But we are definitely changing the graph on that and moving forward. And there's going to be so much to glean from tonight. So I am just thankful I get to be a part of this in a small way, and pray y'all. Here, I have my notepad ready to go. I always take notes while we're doing this because there's always so much to learn from. So let's get started and going, Faith. Here we go. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited.
Yes, Diamond. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So good. And Diamond in November. That is awesome. Yeah. Really, really great. Okay, so why don't you tell us how you joined the business?
Sure. I started in October 2017, so that was like over a year ago. At that point in my life, I just recently gotten married. I was starting my senior year of college, and I was working. 2 months prior to that, Sherry somehow followed me on Facebook. Don't know how that happened. But I started following.
Old friend
there. Exactly. So I started watching her, and I kind of was skeptical about it. I was like, I don't really know if this is like legit. I don't think people could make that series like that much income. But I decided to give it a shot. When I joined, I thought there's no way I'm making any more than $200 in this business ever. And I was honestly okay with it. I was like, that would help pay for my hair and my nails and to go shopping. And I was like, that's just fun money, I didn't have. So I didn't really catch the vision in the beginning. And that's why I think I was so content with just being an executive for just so long. I was just content with that $200. So in May, me and my husband ended up moving down to Dallas. I got a job as an HR generalist, and he started his master's degree at a seminary in Fort Worth. due to that, we decided that he needed to go like full-time in school and me just work. So we went from 2 incomes to 1 income. So it got a lot more tight. Like there was no money for extra fun things, no money for saving. And so that kind of became my why and like my passion. I started going to Sherry's house just for like team meetings. And that's where I kind of just caught the vision. I was like, no, anybody can make more than $200 a month with this. You don't have to be someone special. It's not just a select group of people that make it to the top. Anybody can do this. So that like just really kind of like just triggered in me like to motivate to go. I stopped using my, excuses that I was busy, because everybody's busy. Like I met moms, I met college students, I met everybody in any walk of life, and everybody has something busy going on. So I stopped using that as an excuse. And then in July, I promoted to Ruby. September, I promoted to Emerald. And then this month, I promoted to Diamond. So I just think like kind of finding a purpose and a vision and a belief in yourself, like that's what really motivated me. Because I did have a slow start, but it's really just that belief and that motivating.
I love that. That's so good what you're saying, and just even such a good reminder to myself sometimes. Some people, I mean, there's a lot of people who honestly who join this business to make an extra $200 a month, 300, maybe 500. Like, I mean, if I could have made 500 when I started, I was pumped, and I think there's a lot of people, that's what we joined for. Like, please just don't let me lose money while I try something. There's a little bit of that, but then also for us to be aware, there are people joining our team that they're totally content where they are making that $200. But Cami always says this, every 6 to 8 months, people go through some kind of major life change. And that is exactly what happened to you. So I think even for leaders or people who've been in this business, who somebody signed up that we thought could be great, they might go through a life change, and to kind of still have that hand out, that door open for anybody who says, you know what, I'm deciding to do this. And then for anybody who's sitting here going, yeah, my life has changed in the last 6 months. I joined maybe a year ago or something. Is there hope for me? You're saying, yes, you just have to, one of the things I love that you said is you plugged in. You started going to Sherry's in person, but another thing plugging in would be everybody being here on Tips from the Top, going to conference. Well, I'm going to say that as much as possible because conference is amazing. But just really plugging in and doing that. And I remember one of the things I loved that Sherry and I were talking about you actually right before you went Diamond at the end of last month. And she was just bragging on, she's like, I loved that even when she was going Emerald, there was this opportunity for a lot of people to get a bonus for going Emerald. And you weren't going to get a bonus for going Emerald, but you're like, I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Emerald's on the way to
Diamond. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Diamond, right? And so if there's not a bonus there, don't let that unmotivate you. It's still a step in a direction to something so much more. There wasn't a Ruby bonus or an Emerald bonus when I joined, so I'm like, keep going. It's worth it. I was like jumping for joy though when I got that $300 check. I was like, yes, I didn't lose money. But that was what clicked. What other reason did you decide I'm just going to keep going when you were going Emerald and realized there wasn't a bonus there?
I think for me, it was just kind of like the income opportunity. Cause like Sherry says too, like the bonuses are great, but that's like residual income you're going to get every single month. I think, like I told you, like, I think I caught the belief when I got to Ruby. And so I was like, no, I don't want to stop like at Ruby, at Emerald, at Diamond. Like, I just kind of wanted to keep going. So the bonuses are like, just like on top of what I wanted to accomplish. So,
yeah, I love that. And I think one of the things that you've probably done really well is realize what your wins are. So whether they're big or small, but you can start getting addicted to that win. Mm-hmm. If you're like, I signed a loyal customer today, like get that first win so you know what it feels like. And then you're like, I can sign another loyal customer. Oh my word, I signed a distributor. This distributor is doing something. Like you keep going until you start winning, because you will if you keep going. My daughter's in basketball right now. Bless her heart. She's from a family of basketball players somehow and sings and does theater and just decided at 13-year old she wanted to try basketball. And she hates missing. Like, she hates to take a shot because she doesn't want to miss. And I'm like, babe, you're going to have to miss a lot before you start scoring. Like today I was like, let's talk about this. What's your percentage of shots that you're going to score that you don't take? And she's like looking at me because she's actually really smart at math and stuff. And she's like, Mom, your question made no sense. I'm like, no, what's the percentage of the shots that you're going to make that you don't take? She's like, 0. Okay, what's the only way that percentage is going to change? By trying, right? So we just go after those first wins. Okay, so when you decided, you plugged in and you had belief, like what happened from there? Kind of like, if you could go with that belief, this is what I started to do, or what changed like your actions, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like specifically like going diamond from emerald to diamond, what I started doing is I created a December promoting group. So I put now emerald, ruby, and executive leader in a group. And I asked them like, hey, do you want to push? I'm going after this huge promotion. They were all eligible to promote as well. And so I gave them like a daily task list. And so like every day when we completed it, we said done in the group. So it kept us kind of like just encouraged to get our tasks done. And then when we signed a loyal customer or distributor, we put it in that group too. So kind of like what you said with the like little wins, it's kind of addicting. Like if somebody got a loyal customer, well, I want to sign a loyal customer because she did. And so it was kind of just a back and forth thing. And it was kind of a way to update our charts too. So it was super helpful. And I really like that. I did a host to post challenge with my entire downline. So I added them all to a like contest page. And so every time they did a host to post, they would screenshot it and put like boom one. And so before it started, I selected like random numbers, like 10, 50, whatever. And so when that boom got there, they got a free product. So that kind of motivated my whole downline to just kind of like bring in some customers, and host to post is amazing. That's all I did last month to bring in customers. I used Traci's keto coffee one. I was kind of skeptical about using host to post, but literally that's the only way I sign customers now is like through that.
Yeah, you have to kind of give it until, host to post would be a numbers game. And once you start hitting those right people, you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. When it starts happening, you got to go until it happens. Okay. So what would that daily task list sound like that you had your whole crew doing?
So it was like post twice daily, message. I had them print out their Facebook friends list before we started, and I had them do 2 pages a day for host to post. Since it was a promoting group, I challenged them to do 2 pages a day because like that to me brings in the most customers doing that. So they did 2 pages a day, added friends to their Facebook and Instagram networks, and then posted an Instagram story for sure. Those were on there.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. Just kind of goes back to that core 4 that always talk about success leaves clues, and you're in a successful place right now. You're a diamond. That's one, right? That's 1% of this company that joined, they go diamond. And so you are, dripping those daily things and being consistent. Doing them is probably super helpful too. Okay. So if someone is going for a bonus, what would you tell them to do?
I would say be consistent, kind of like just repeating what you said too. Like I didn't take a day off. I feel like that is really a big thing. And then mindset is huge. Like I said, like everybody can say, oh, I can't do this or I'm too busy. It's just kind of like keeping that mindset in perspective. And I really challenged my team to do that month too. I didn't want them to get like bogged down or discouraged. Like you always got to keep a positive mindset. Like something's always going to happen in your business and you just got to be able to like adjust to it for sure. Another thing I did with like me going from emerald to diamond is I actually talked to my husband before I promoted, and I said, look, I'm going to be working insanely hard. House isn't going to be cleaned up all the time. Like I need this month to kind of just work. And so I think that really helped, just kind of him understanding what I was doing, because I was coming home from my actual job and like working at night and on weekends and stuff like that. So I think like communication with whoever you're living with is really important too.
I love that. You're kind of setting expectations for everybody. This is what this month is going to look like. I mean, what you really did a great job of is setting expectations everywhere. And a lot of times, sometimes we don't speak out our expectations, but we have them, but then our reality is here. And this is a very frustrating place to live, between your expectation and your reality. And so when you can kind of speak out your expectations, you're like, okay, team who's promoting, this is what we expect for you to do, and be consistent at it, because that's you're the secret sauce to your business. Everybody tries to figure out their own. You are the secret sauce to your own business. You got to keep showing up. You got to go for it and continue to do it. And then, I love that. Like, hey, this is what the house is going to look pretty bad. Like, and that's okay, but because now you're a diamond, you guys can go out for dinner and, do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe even pay for somebody to come clean it up one time.
Yeah.
But, okay, I love that. I love what you're saying. And Host a Post, y'all, if you are brand new and you're like, I don't understand what Host a Post is, on Diamond Empire, there is a whole Zoom that talks about Host a Post A to Z, and we'll talk you through exactly how to do it. And I think that's amazing. Faith, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Is there any one last thing you want to tell everybody?
Just keep pushing. Like, I know December is kind of, like Stacy said, kind of a slow month, but November is too. And so definitely you can always promote even in slow seasons. So
yeah, I love that. Positive mindset. I want to hit that one more time, because y'all, your mind, they'll talk about your business is 10 to 20% effort. It's 80% mindset. And just, having that, just, I don't know, that grit to just keep coming back. That's where it's going to be such a game changer for y'all. And I could see that. But Faith, it's been so fun to watch your journey thus far. Are you coming to conference or no? Are you able to make it?
Maybe I have to check with my job. Still working a full-time job. So
yes, I know you're still working a full-time job. And I do think that's really key, because people sometimes think, as long as I'm not doing anything else, I can promote in this business. But I worked a full-time job all the way through double diamond. And so it's not necessarily easy, but the cool thing is busy people tend to get things done. When you don't have as much to do, you tend to put things off. And so if you're busy, you're probably set up really well to do well in this business, because you'll make your time count, and that's what you have to do. But Faith, thank you again so much. This was so good, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I know you're only going up from here, girl, so this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season for you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, I lost my whole screen. Okay. All right, Julie. I was so excited when I saw that Emerald promotion come up. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's kind of a funny story, because I had hurt my back the day before. And so Marsha was like, don't take any pain medication. Don't take any pain medication because I don't function. And I made Emerald and I took my pain medication. And at 11:45, I had 2 people wanting to become loyal customers. And I was like, anyway, it turned out to be a really funny night. And Chris got broken really quickly.
You picked it up.
How to move customers really fast. Move the customers.
Move them now, because there's only this much time left. Yes, we know that last end month crunch. Okay, Julie, tell everybody how you got into this business.
Okay, my story is probably quite a bit different than a lot of people. I actually started using the products. Marsha and I have been friends for over 20 years. We used to work together way back in the day and kind of lost touch, but Facebook bridges a lot of gaps. So I watched her walk through her cancer treatments and drinking her greens all the time, and saw her hair growing back with the hair, skin, and nails. And at the time, my hair was falling out like crazy. So, of course, I called her and I was like, what in the world is this? I have to have some now. And so I started using the products, and I became a believer really fast in the products. And in the meantime, Chris and I had been talking about what company should we start? What business should we start to have a residual income to help us meet our retirement X? We have a pretty big X to meet that we're wanting to hit. And we've been looking for different business opportunities. And Marcia had asked several times, and I was like, no, I've been in direct sales before. And she was like, but not like this, not like this. And so when the $9.99 deal came up, I was like, okay, fine, I'm in. And immediately I started calling, as I was actually on vacation in New Mexico with Noah, seeing some friends when I enrolled, and she got me on her team, and I started calling everybody I knew that would join me on the team. And I can't tell you how many people I enrolled as distributors before I even got home. And so it was kind of funny because I was getting these emails that I was getting paid, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Why did I get paid? I don't even. Anyway, so Marcia was laughing, but I finally got to sit down with Marcia and Story when Todd got married, and she came to Oklahoma City, and we got to sit down for coffee, and she pulled out the party pad and started telling me, Mark and Cindy didn't ever dream of owning their own island. And I was like, I do. And she was like, you do what? And I said, that's our dream, is to own an island or a beach property and become sailboat captains. And she was like, you what? And I was like, yeah, that's our X. It's a really big X. And we are wanting this business to be the tool that helps us meet our X. So that's how I started. But anyway, oops, I had everything. Our goal wasn't originally for the $500 that most people want. Chris had a really good job at the time. We have no debt. We've been on the Dave Ramsey diet since Noah was like 9 months old. So, but we didn't start for the $500. We started for the number on the chart that's not there. And so where I made Ruby pretty quickly because of all those people that I signed at the $9.99 special, I ended up sitting there for a little bit, which I guess goes into the next question on how I work my business. I don't know. Do you have any more questions about how I started?
Yeah, no, I love it. I just have a comment. Like, don't forget to talk to your loyal customers. Do I say this every month when I run this? Like, I'm like, if you are not inviting your loyal customers to be a part of your team, you are missing a very key element, because they fall in love with the product. They're probably already telling people about the product without being really aware of it. So they're already working the business. And so really don't miss that step. And I love the fact that you jumped right in and you started asking, because that is one of the things we talk about as our core 5, really, because Faith really hit it. Having that positive attitude, the way you're going to have a positive attitude is honestly self-development. You've got to keep growing yourself and growing in your leadership. And then, we post. So Faith hit that as well. And then you're saying, man, I just got on the phone and started asking people to join. You're excited. Ask people to join. In your excitement, if you are brand new, you don't have to have anything figured out. If you're excited going somewhere, they're going to go. Or if you're like, we're going to go have fun doing this, people are going to jump on and go with you, So don't worry about having it all figured out. Just kind of go for it and jump. And then we talk about, growing your market and then following up with people. And so, yes, let's talk about how do you work. I know I kind of hit some of that stuff, but just re-hit it. How do you work your business?
Okay. And I like that you brought that up, because Marcia asked me as her customer to join her team, and I saw that immediately. And so now if I have a customer that's been a customer for 3, 4, 5 months, how's the product? I know you love the products. Have you thought about joining our team? I would love to have you on. And so what's the worst they can say? What's the worst? I told Marcia no, well, we won't talk about how many times I told Marcia no. But I do the core I call it the core four also, but obviously self-development is huge. And I actually do that with Noah every day. We sit down and we do our Bible study together every day, and he encourages me, and hopefully I help him grow spiritually as well. Oh, Chris is sitting here and he's like, you're a homeschool mom. I am a homeschool mom, super, super busy. So busy schedules sometimes, like you said, will force you to utilize the time that you have. Anyway, so I do the core four. Growing my network is major important. I talk to my team about that all the time because this is network marketing. So you have to expand your network all the time. If you're just advertising to the same pool of people all the time, you're going to wear out your pool. When I started, I only had maybe 200 Facebook friends, maybe. And now I have over 1,800 Facebook friends just from expanding my network on a regular basis, liking and commenting like we always do, posting, messaging. I'm huge on messaging. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. We say that all the time. And Chris went, when you mentioned your daughter in basketball, he went and got this sign, and it says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that's true. What's the worst they can say is no. Okay. I drive by Starbucks every day because I don't like their coffee to go to a different coffee shop that I do like. Starbucks does not care, and it's the same thing. Some people are going to say no. Some people are going to say yes, but you won't know until you ask. And sometimes their answer is no, not right now. And I honestly love that because I'm like, you're a future Elsie. I know you are because you already told me it's just not my time. And so you just got put on my follow-up list. And I have, I think Kelly Brown a few months ago mentioned the 2-2-2 follow-up, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And so I use that all the time. My calendar is full of contacts to continue following up with. And Noah, our son, he wants to be a distributor so bad. But he said, Mom, you will enroll as many customers as you are consistent. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so true. You'll enroll as many customers as you are consistent. The more consistent you are, the more consistent you'll enroll. And so I really haven't changed the way I run my business. It was really, I guess, finding the team that was like-minded and wanted to work, and that happened. So
I love that. Yep. Be consistent. Again, you are your own secret sauce to your business. So you got to keep showing up. You got to be consistent. That's what we do isn't hard. What's hard is to be consistent. So you got to figure out how you're going to do that. But putting it in there, and it's true, expanding your market is a huge thing. And I always try to give a real simple tip while we're doing this. And so one of the things I want to show you, if you haven't been on some of our power hours together, one of the best ways to expand your market is to come right down here. I'm on my Facebook. Come right down here. This is a Facebook tip on expanding your market. Those 3 lines right there, click those. Click events. Of course, my internet's being slow. But there will start to be events that are going on around you in your community that are close to you. When you click that you're interested in going to an event, I'm interested, then you're going to see all the other people who are interested in your community going to that event. It'll show you your friends first, and then it will give you a list of other people, and you can go ahead and add those people. Some of them will have mutual friends and stuff, but that gets you people kind of in your warm market and around. And so I wanted to give you all that little tip right there as I go up. It'll even show you people who you are mutual friends with. So some people, they don't like to do things, but there you go. And you can just add. So that's a fun little simple tip right there that you guys can grow your market that way, because that is key. Julie, give everybody one last thing if they're going for a promotion to do.
I think don't allow discouragement to creep in. Satan's comes to kill, steal, and destroy all of your hopes and your dreams, don't let the discouragement sneak in, because it will. Remember the team that I signed whenever I first joined, like none of them are working, and that's totally fine, because any brick and mortar store, if you ever started a brick and mortar store before, the turnover is insane. And you don't close the doors because your business turns over employees. You just find replacements and you move on. And that's the same here. You just find replacements and you move on. And don't, and Chris said, don't take it personally. And sometimes that's hard, but you just have to rebuild and keep moving forward. Remember what your X is. If your X is just to get your hair and nails done, that's your X. Meet your X. If your dream is to be a sailboat captain, meet your X. Don't let a turnover discourage you and stop you. Just keep going.
Oh, I love that. That is so true. Any dream you have, it is going, anything worthwhile. That's like my John Maxwell thing. Guys, you want me to do that one where he's like, uphill, uphill. Anything that you want to achieve that has any type of greatness is going to be uphill, and you can't get an uphill goal with downhill habits. And so you fight against those habits, and you fight against that discouragement, and you keep taking steps. You know, you keep putting one foot in front of the other. Sometimes you're running and sometimes it's just a step, but as long as you keep going, the only way you're going to fail in this business, is to quit. Okay. And I will tell you, I have made every mistake in this business possible. I really believe the only mistake I haven't made is not quitting. And so that's, and that's where, I'm like, that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still getting paid. Just don't give up. And I love that. Just come against that discouragement. And when you do feel discouraged, sometimes you got to reach up, or you reach those friends around you and you let them build you up. So I love that. Julie, congratulations on going Emerald. Good stuff. Y'all put these things in your daily work. You can be super busy. If you put 30 minutes to an hour in this business as you're getting started, you'll be at a different place. And then you'll start realizing you have more capacity to do more, and you'll keep growing in that business. So I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for Diamond, and I'm excited to see you at conference.
That's actually on my dream board, was to be Diamond by the end of this year. So I have 1 month. So that's I'm going to work my tail off.
Yes. Well, we're going to see that happen, and let's just speak it out. You're going to be Diamond by the end of this month. 2018.
Definitely by conference. Definitely be by conference.
Absolutely, girl. So proud of you. Thank you so much. Okay, Tracy, you have jumped around on my screen plenty of times. I'm going to have to go a different way. That happened. Okay, so y'all, this girl right here, Tracy, just continues to blow me away, and I'm thankful. Tracy, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, yay! Okay, good. Great. Tracy, congratulations. You were listed in the top 10 enrollers this month in the whole company.
Craziness.
That is awesome. Okay, so we'll be quick on this part, but I do love your story. So for anybody who doesn't know you at this point, do a Cliff Note version of how you got in this business.
Sure, absolutely. So in June of 2017, last year? Yes, last year. I was about 3 months out of rehab for drug and alcohol addiction, and was starting life over, and had gotten out of an abusive marriage, and was just really lost. I mean, I was healthy. I was getting healthier. I'd gotten all that, horrible stuff out of my system, but didn't have much of a network, and didn't have, I didn't have a job. I didn't really have anything. Mm-hmm. And so was starting over, and my sister joined in June of last year. under the $9.99 special, and was looking for some people to grow her team. And so I said, well, I'll do it just to help you out, because I think she's like, well, look, if I can get so many people, I think it was the fast start bonus or something. She was like, I can get $100. And she's like, and if you get, 4 customers, you can get $100 shopping spree. And I was like, well, heck, for $10, I'll do it just to help you out. And I had done network marketing in college and hated it. It was horrible at it, and always really had my nose up at network marketing. I mean, if somebody talked to me, I was like, oh, one of those people. Like, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And so anyway, so joined under my sister and just started watching how people were posting and the positivity in the business, and everybody was just happy, and there was just this amazing community of distributors. And I was like, I want to like really do this. And so I just dove in, and it just really started to change me. I found a place to belong, and I found something that helped keep me sober, and I found a community of people, and I found a way to pour into other people and to forget about, myself and my problems. And so I, let's see, so I promoted, I believe in 2 months I got to executive, 4 months Ruby. I then won a spot to go to Paris with Ben and Danielle. So a year ago, like I believe tomorrow or maybe the next day, I left to go to Paris with Ben and Danielle and our team and their team, and just had an amazing life-changing experience there. And, just taught me about dreaming and, expecting big things. And so then I went to conference in February, and was still a fresh Ruby at that point. And they announced the bonuses, and we had 1 month to go Emerald and get $5,000. And I really wrestled with belief, and I was like, there's just no way I can do this. And that is one of the times I considered quitting, because I was just so in my head and in fear and doubt. And I was just like, there's no way I can do this. And almost had a nervous breakdown right there outside of the arena. You could ask my team, it was crazy. But then just went home and said, I'm just going to go for this. And I just dove in and gave 150%. And didn't promote that next month, but thank goodness they extended the bonuses. And so then I went Emerald in, let me think, April, I believe, and got $5,000 bonus. 2 months later, went Diamond and got the $7,500 bonus. And then 2 months later, went Double Diamond and got the $10,000 bonus. And so this month I'm working on triple and 15,000.
Yay! Oh my word, that's amazing. So like, to think about it, someone who's recovering from addiction joins for $10 to help her sister out, and now is a double diamond, going triple diamond in this business. I mean, God works in mysterious ways, which is so incredible. But what a testament to him, but then to you, to go forward, to move forward. And then also, you shouldn't disqualify anybody from this business. I mean, right. If you decide, if you're even sitting there wanting to disqualify yourself, like if there's something in you tonight that's going, man, I'm not like this and I'm not like this, and you start disqualifying yourself, you need to stop right now. Because I mean, Traci has her reasons why she could have been disqualified. I can sit here and give you a list. I remember sitting at conference thinking, oh, this is Sherry's world. She's going to rock it. Like that's kind of how I felt coming along. Like, I'm going to support her just because I love her, and then, God used this in such a way to change my belief in what he can do and in who I am and who he's created me to be. And so I just feel like when you're saying all this stuff, I'm sure the Lord has used this in such a great way to do that in your life as well. So I love your story, Traci. I'm so thankful for it. And I'm so thankful for the faithfulness of the Lord. I am. Okay, so basically, we talked to you when you went diamond. You did a touch from the top with all of us and kind of told us, this is what I'm doing on a daily basis to go diamond. And that's when you kind of unveiled a lot of this host to post thing that has changed our team so much. And then you and Danielle got on and did another one. So let's talk about this. You are still one of the top LC enrollers in this business. What are you doing? Is it the same? Is it different? Tell us a little bit.
If it's not broke, what is the saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, it works. I mean, and so I get customers from host to post, and I get customers from posting. And that's it. I mean, when I first started, I was, I was messaging. I was going through my friends list and I was saying, hey, I'm looking for product testers, and, and that worked for, it worked. I mean, if you ask, the only way you're going to get customers is by asking. But, this is just transformed everything. I mean, I went from getting 10 customers a month to, 30, 40, 50, 80, 123 customers a month with doing host to post. And so, this last month, I got 123 in August when I promoted to double. And then I kind of, I don't know, I think I was so tired from promoting. I kind of relaxed. I didn't really relax. I mean, I'm always working my business, but I just slowed down a little bit. And so I got, I want to say September, I got maybe 50. And then the next month, I think I got 30. But then this past month, Ben and Danielle did a giveaway for $100 Visa gift cards. And that had just exploded it again. Because basically I was posting every single day about this $100 gift card, and everybody wants free money, And so, so basically they would, comment on the gift card post. And then I was also posting before and after pictures every single day, because I'm adding new friends on a daily basis when somebody posts about, so I was I'm adding new friends all the time. I would max out at 5,000, and then I would have to unfriend, people that wouldn't do the host to post. If I asked them to host to post and they wouldn't, then I would unfriend them to make room for more. And so then I was posting before and after pictures every day. And so then I was getting customers from that as well, because people were seeing my posts. And so, I mean, host to post.
So last month you upped it again by doing some giveaways and getting people to comment on those giveaways. Now, were those new people, or were those some of the old people and then you're adding new people? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
I'm not quite sure I understand.
So
new people that were hosting a post?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them were. And, I mean, everybody wants a chance to win $100. And so, they would host a post for me. And another thing that I would do is I would get them to always, I always do coffee because it works. Mm-hmm. And so they would post about the coffee. And then I would always have a follow-up message and said, hey, we're doing this giveaway all month. And so if you want, if you ever want to host another one, just let me know and you can get a second entry to win the gift card. And so they would say, oh yes, I want to post every day, anytime, I can post, I want to. And so actually I was able to get a lot of distributors that way, because I'm like, well, hey, you're posting every day, why not make money from it, Or if somebody would do a host to post and get sometimes they would get 15 comments on host to post. And so I'd say, well, hey, your network's amazing. You need to come do this business with me. And so, I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but, But yeah, so yeah, new people and some people were regulars. And then sometimes I would get them to even post about the gift card. So it would be a host to post about the gift card. And it would say, my friend has given away $100 gift card, comment below. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people would get like 200 comments. Craziness.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do with it when I felt a little bit stuck with mine, is have people post about the giveaway, because then your people who might not comment about coffee on their post will post this and get somebody else who will do that. And so Danielle, she said regulars with question mark, which you're regular posters for you. It's like you have hired people that post for you, except they're just doing it to get an entry, which is awesome. That's so great. Okay. And so that was thing, because yes, with the distributors, a lot of your distributors are coming from host to post as well, because you're turning around and asking.
Yeah, they are. Or, you know, I'd be posting about, you know, I really wanted to focus on customers because I was trying to promote, and I'm already built for triple. So, I mean, I really didn't need more distributors, but of course, you know, those fast start bonuses are wonderful. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you have coupon codes, you know, it makes it so easy, you know, to get people to join. And so, you know, I was posting about the business, and, you know, and so I was adding so many new people. And so then they were seeing my distributor posts. So I was, you know, signing distributors that way too.
Okay. So let's talk kind of daily what you do, with this, because you are how many times are you posting in a day, or what's your goal of your posts throughout the day?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no, you know, at least 3 times a day, at least, you know. And so, you know, last month was a little different because we were doing the Visa gift card giveaways. But, you know, I would post about that every day. And then I would post a before and after picture every day. And, you know, in a perfect world, I would post, you know, an original life post every day. And I would post something, you know, non-business related, but, you know, it doesn't always work out that way.
Right. Yeah. But I love that. And then someone was asking, do you do your before and afters on your story or on your wall? But you're putting your before and afters right up there on your wall, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no shame in it. I mean, just put it out there for everybody to see.
How are you finding new people to grow your market? It's through host to post still, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the very beginning, and this is super, super, super important. At the very beginning, when I started this business, I had 400 Facebook friends because, you know, I was shut off from the world in addiction, you know, and didn't, you know, talk to anybody. And so, so when I started, I had 400 Facebook friends, and now I am maxed out at 5,000. And so a lot of those have I would say at least 1,000, 1,500 of those have come from host to post. But before that, I was growing my network every single day and adding 100 people every day. And I really like your method you just shared, Stacy. I've never thought about that before, but because of host to post, you know, I don't have to grow. My problem now is how do I get rid of people? Because I don't always have room for customers because I'm maxed out at 5,000. So, but one technique that I really like to use, and I've shared this before, is Facebook ads. Because Facebook is showing you an advertisement that it thinks you will like. And it's showing that same advertisement to other people that have similar things in common. And usually like something like Birchbox or Just Fab Shoes or whatever. And so sometimes you'll see like 300 likes on these advertisements. And so these are people that are willing to purchase online, that have something in common with you, that, so that's how I started growing my network at the very beginning. I was adding 100 every day. And so I would go to where, I would click on who liked that advertisement and just add, and I would do 100 of those a day.
I love that. I was trying to pull up an advertisement in my feed really quick to show y'all how easy that is for anybody who doesn't know, but I think we got it. But yeah, growing that in the first place, growing your market, because you keep posting in front of the same 100 people, they'll probably all eventually jump in. At some point they will, but you want to keep adding to that market. So what are you doing now to grow your market? Kelly's asking, but it's host to post, right?
Yeah. And what I love about that is if you're adding friends from an ad or from events, there's no guarantee that those people are even interested in health and wellness or interested in losing weight. But if you're adding people from host to post, those are all people that want to lose weight. So, it's a win-win because you're growing your market and you're getting people, one of these days I'm going to have a Facebook, full of people that either are distributors, customers, want the products, want to join my team, or are willing to host posts for me. And so, basically if you don't fall in that category, then you're gone, because I don't have, I don't have much room.
Yeah. So let's talk, for example, I know we're kind of digging into this and some people are like, I don't even know what host to post is. And I will say this again, on Diamond Empire, it's a team page that we have. There is a host to post Zoom from A to Z that will talk you through exactly what it is, but basically, and the person you enrolled with, or if you know who your Diamond upline is, they will be able to talk you through exactly how to do this. So reach out to them if you have questions about it. Because I said this last night on my team Zoom, please ask questions. That doesn't ever bug me. I love questions. What I don't like is when people go silent because I'm like, where'd you go? Keep working. But I got sidetracked for a second. But host to post in a nutshell, if we could put it in there, is you are asking your network if they would simply just post for you. If they'll post on your wall, if you're interested in losing some weight by drinking some skinny coffee, and then you can invite them. There's a whole script for it. Our Diamond Empire page is just full of how to do this. And so you will be, we've done multiple Zooms about it. But Traci, if you are saying now we're not doing the contest maybe, so then how are you working your host to post? If you've already asked a bunch, are you going back through your list A to Z?
Okay, so if the contest wasn't on the table, then, basically, anybody that I haven't asked yet, I would message and say, hey, can I ask you a question? And then I ask them.
Pause for a second there. So you didn't ask them by simply going through your A to Z list, right? Right. Okay.
Well, and I always scroll through the conversation too.
Mm-hmm.
I look and see if, when's the last time I talked to them? What did I talk to them about? And so, and I've talked before that I have a database, of people that I keep track of when I last messaged them and who's hosted posts for me before and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so, if somebody has hosted a post for me before, I have no shame in asking them a second time. I'm not going to ask them if they did it yesterday, mm-hmm. unless they're getting something, if they're getting an entry for the giveaway and they want to host a post again, that's fine. But, like if in a non-Visa gift card month, if somebody posted for me last month, I have a message that just says, hey girl, I'm so grateful you helped me out last month. I'm going for my, biggest promotion ever. Would you be willing to post something else on your wall for me? And, it goes great when they're getting something in return, if they're getting a chance to win $100 or, they're getting a chance to win, free coffee or whatever, but there are plenty of people that are willing to help for nothing.
Yeah. So true. And I love that. I think that's just really key to remember. There's a lot of good people out there that just want to support you in their business, support you in your business, just as you would support somebody else. And so I love that. Okay. So you're going for triple this month. What's the tip you're telling yourself that you're going to tell everybody else who's going for a promotion this month?
Just go for it. Just go all out. Just decide Danielle talks to our team about that, and I just love it. You just decide. You just say, I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. And you just go for it. And, you put forth the work, and you just commit and just do it. I mean, I know that's probably a simplistic answer, but it is so much about mindset, and it's just about, and I think it's important too that it's about mindset and deciding on day one. I mean, if you decide, on the 20th, I think I might try to promote, it's going to be a little difficult, but if you decide at the very beginning of the month, I'm going to promote and I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to use all the resources, and I'm going to reach out and I'm going to give it all I got, and, dive in, then, amazing things can happen.
I love that. So everybody take a moment right now and decide. Just decide. What are you going for this month? What are you going to do? Dream a little, make it a little more than what you know you can do, so don't play it safe, but just decide, write it in here, put it out there, speak it out. And then when we know the what, we figure out the how, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in the how that we forget the what, and we're all over the place, and we make this business way more complicated than it is. But just continue. Yes, I'm loving seeing all these decisions. Okay, as you write it here, one of the things I want to challenge y'all to do tonight is put it out there. Man, this month I am going, diamond, or I'm going for one of the biggest promotions, or I'm going for the biggest promotion I've ever got. When I get it, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, just put it out there on social media. See people's response, see people rally behind you, and then your words, putting it out there makes you accountable too. I know sometimes I'm like, oh, why did I say that? Now I have to do this today when I don't feel like it. But you start putting yourself out there, you'll do things when you feel like it, when you don't. And that's when, that's when success happens. And so, Traci, this was so good. And I mean, here's the thing. I feel like I've said this about everybody at this point, but it's this, you're your own secret sauce, and you are proof of that sitting here. You have decided to show up and to work. And so, gosh, I mean, sky's the limit, y'all. Sky is the limit. We are our own lid on our own business. And when you can take that lid off and start going for it, you'll be amazed. And when you really decide, that's what people are looking for. People are looking to join somebody who has decided and knows where they're going for. And they're like, okay, they know what they want. I'm with them, and you'll start to see it happen. And so I just think, Traci, you're a testament of, you keep showing up. You keep showing up, and that's what you got to do. And I'll be the first to admit that's not always easy. I know that. I feel it in myself, but we got to just step over that, grow our capacity a little bit, stretch that muscle, work that muscle. If you're working out, you keep working out that muscle, you're going to get better and stronger. And that's just what's going to continue to happen to everybody in this business. So triple diamond, here you come. I believe it. I learned so much tonight, but that's good. And I thank you for just even giving us those little even tips of there. But y'all, December is our month. Put it out there. It's 9:30. We're ending on time. I'm so proud. I didn't know we were going to make it, but again, Faith, Julie, Traci, thank you for sharing with us tonight. And now, y'all, let's just go for it. Be ready for when the parties come out this month. Get those little customers to those parties. Just ask. Just put it out there. And dear Lord, thank you so much for each and every person that is on here. What a gift each of them are in their own special way. God, I pray that you would just continue to speak, God, and that their ears would be open to hear your voice. I pray over anybody that does feel lonely or by themselves, that they would be overcome with assurance from you that you are with them and right there in the midst of whatever their need is. I thank you, God, for the people that are coming into this business. I thank you, God, for the people, for each and every person's team. I pray that we would love well, that we would steward well, that we would encourage well, that we would lead well, and that we would just continue to grow. And I thank you for the people you're going to bring in, God, the people who are looking for something in their health to change, and people who are looking for something in their finances, and those who are looking for both, Lord. Thank you for giving us this tool. And we give you all the glory. In your name we pray. Amen.
Yeah.
Okay, love y'all. Can't wait to see who is going to be on this Tips from the Top next month, because I know some promotions are coming. Have a great night.